Hello and welcome to World in 2 Minutes, brought to you by trtworld.com. Let's take a look at this hour's developing stories. Moscow called for a new reset 2.0 in relations with Washington, saying the situation in Ukraine was improving thanks to Kremlin peace initiatives. Washington and Brussels accuse Moscow of supporting a pro-Russian rebellion in East Ukraine and have imposed sanctions, which they have repeatedly tightened since Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimea. The conflict has brought relations between Moscow and the West to their lowest levels since the end of Cold War. Air France pilots have called off a strike that has lasted for 2 weeks and cost the airline hundreds of millions of euros. Pilots union SNPL and the airline have yet to reach an agreement over a dispute about the carrier's plans to expand its budget subsidiary Transavia. However, a union spokesman said it was ending the strike so negotiations could continue in a calmer climate. The loss-making airline wants to cut costs to compete with budget carriers. A Cuban court has sentenced C.I. Tokmajian, a Canadian executive, to 15 years in prison for bribery and other economic charges. The Ontario-based transportation firm said in a statement that the two of Tokmajian's aides, Claudia Vetere and Marco Pouchet, both Canadian citizens from the Tokmajian group, received sentences of 12 and 8 years. Cuba also seized about $100 million worth of the company's assets. Human Rights Watch said apparent U.S. missile strikes killed at least 7 civilians in northwestern Syria, calling for a probe into possible violations of the laws of war. Amid unverified claims of civilian casualties from U.S.-led air raids targeting ISIS in Syria, Pentagon said that the American military has no credible reporting from operation sources of civilians killed. But the organization cited that missiles killed at least 2 men, 2 women and 5 children in Idlib province. And that's it for this hour's edition of World in 2 Minutes. See you in 2 hours. Goodbye.